Hey, what's up there, YouTube? Figured I'd talk about the best vehicle I ever bought and the worst vehicle I've ever bought. I'd have to say the worst vehicle that I've ever bought was a 2010 Chevy Traverse. I picked her up at 80,000 miles and had a check engine light on. So said, well, you need to take a look at the check engine light and, fix whatever, the issue is. And, you know, basically, we'd be interested in it if, it got a clean bill of health. So and it was my wife's car. So, I told her, hey, if you want it, the dealership has to, fit the check in. I'm not buying a car with the check engine light on. It's just common sense. So we test drove it. She liked it. They were gonna have their mechanic look at it and fix whatever was wrong with it. They said, "Oh, it's probably the gas cap," and I was like, "No, I don't buy that for a minute." But so we went. We took a look at it, and they said, "Yeah, their mechanic. He fixed it. Was the gas cap or whatever. Some BS story." And so we drove it home, and within we didn't even make it all the way home, and a check engine light came on. And by that time, the shop was closed. The dealership was closed. We'd already done all the paperwork. Everything was signed. So I told my wife, you drive it back over there, and they can, take a look at it again. They obviously didn't get it, Basically, what had happened was it had stretched timing chains on it. And, we got the extended warranty on it. And so they ended up paying for the warranty work. But, in that 30-day trial, that first 30 days, stretched timing belts, which I believe had already been an issue on it, and they just sent it through to the used dealership, and oh, well, you got the extended warranty, no big deal. No, it is a big deal. 2010 Traverses are notorious for the timing belt, timing chains being stretched, and it's a big deal. Chevy knew about it, and it's big lawsuit, I'm sure. But yeah, Chevy Traverse, biggest pieces of shits ever. Not only stretched timing belts, but the transmission within 80,000 miles had to be replaced too. I think the bill at that time was like $6,000 just to do all that. So fast forward, timing belts are done. My suggestion was trade it off, get a brand new Jeep. My wife didn't go for that. So I think 25,000 miles later, guess what? This time, either one of the tensioners in the timing chain or the guides that it rides on, because there's like 2 or 3 different guides. I mean, the timing chains on those things are like 3 foot long. They go from here all the way around. And it's not something that you can even do with the vehicle, with the engine in the vehicle. So they have to actually pull the whole front clip, the whole front carriage, and put it on like a workbench. So it's a big hassle. But so it shelled again on her, and this time you could actually, as you were starting it up, you could hear it like one of the tensioners busted, snapped or totally let loose. And so the big ordeal that time was, it was the shop that had done the timing chains on it. They don't warrant, 30,000 miles, 30,000 miles. They can't warranty that shit. They weren't going to warranty it. So it was either have it rebuilt again, and the price on that was like $3,500 to have it done, or we could put a brand new short block in it for like, I think he said $5,000. So we went to the bank, and we had like 1,500 or $2,000 saved up out of our savings, and then the bank, they refused to the bank that the car was through, they're like, oh well, we're not gonna loan you the money for you know to fix it. Oh, okay, well then I guess you'll get it back. So that's what happened with that. Probably the second biggest piece of shit I've ever owned was a 2005 Chevy Duramax diesel, and the injectors were leaking on it, so I ended up with like 5 gallons of oil in it because the oil got contaminated with the diesel that leaked through the injectors into the cylinders, past the piston rings, and worked their way down into the bottom end of the engine and accumulated in the oil pan. So that'd be the second biggest piece of shit. I mean, the Traverse definitely the biggest piece of shit, and then the best vehicle I've ever owned is what I currently drive, and I've had it for like 5 years, 6, 7 years. 94 Ford Ranger with the little 4-banger and a 5-speed. When my mom passed away from cancer, it went ahead and it reverted to me, but she had already, given it to me. It was her truck. And I was driving the Orkin Pest Control work truck, which was a Ford Ranger. And nobody locally wanted to give her the $1,200 for it. They were all trying to, lowball her, and she knew I had just a work truck that I drove all the time, and I was willing to buy her little truck, but she wouldn't take any money for it. She's stubborn, and she passed away a year later from cancer. So she wanted me to have the truck. So yeah, and it's it's still my my daily driver. Since then, I've had a 2010 Chevy 1500 Silverado with 35s and a 6-inch lift kit. Had the 5.3. Pretty decent truck. I mean, it was 2010 with 50,000 miles, so is when I bought it. So I think it was like 25 grand for it. Not real nice truck, real clean truck, nice rims, but by far best truck I ever had, the 94 Ford Ranger, and it's actually I'll never get rid of it. I'm actually looking for a 4-wheel drive version of it. I know where one sits. Just trying to get some things aligned down here. I just moved down to Kansas, doing a trial separation from the old lady. So I'm down here. She's up there. So, but that's a whole different story. So, like always, get out there, build something, break something, make something, learn something. It's too nice to be indoors. Get out there, do something. See ya.